In the previous lesson, we went through the differences between the various names and components or elements in FREECAD. So what is a part and what it's an assembly, how we can group parts together, and how we can start with the file that we import or from a sketch. And we can also go in architecture. So we can decide which workbench we want to use, and we can stay on that, or we can also go with others, depending on what we need to do. But also there are many ways to do the same thing. So in this video, I want to show you a couple of ways we can work with additive and subtractive shapes, and also how to do booleans. Booleans are an operation that subtract or adds solids together. So I'm gonna go with the parametric part, and we created kind of a bolt model in a previous video. So I'm gonna go for something similar. We just need to learn more about the differences and the various basic commands at the moment. Then we're gonna increase the level of difficulty little by little, video by video. So I'm gonna go for parametric part, just gonna create a new file, and we are already in our first body. So what's is gonna be in our first body? And let me rename this quickly. So just go down here and rename this as bolt example. Okay, it's gonna be a simple bolt and body. So in the part design workbench, we have the possibility to create primitives as we saw, and we can see here the different primitives we can create, and these are going to be adding one to the other. So the more I create more of this, and the more they're going to be like in a way part of the same body, and they can also like fuse together. So it's like creating a Boolean union, a Boolean fusion. And then we have subtractive forms. Now this will subtract. So you can create a form, a shape, a solid using a sketch and then one of these modeling tools, or you can create a primitive. And same thing goes for the subtractive or negative or void. So you can create something starting from a sketch, or you can create a primitive void. And then you have actual booleans. So what's the difference between this and the actual Boolean operation? Well, in this case, we need two or more bodies. So we need to create not just one body, but more. And then we have refinements here and other operations that we're going to see later. But let's start again with something we already done. So I'm going to go here and create a shape and create a prism. So additive prism. So this will create already our prism. So it's like it's creating already the sketch of an hexagon, and then it's pushing this up. Of course, you can change the polygon size from here. You can see this real time, but I want to stick with the 6 side. And then the radius. So everything is parametric. We can change here. We can make this, the radius is right now pretty small, 2 millimeters. So let's make it like 2 centimeters. So 20 millimeters. And the height could be 1 centimeter or maybe less. Let's make it like 5. So half centimeter. And maybe it's a little bit too big. So let's make this like 16. I'm just going like with my fantasy, but I can use actual data or I can use images as references. We're gonna see this a little bit further on. And then you can also use angle of direction. So if you, let's say you don't want this straight, but you want a little bit skew like this, so you can use the x-axis to push this from that side, from in that direction. Or you can also do double direction, like 10 degrees, 10 degrees. So it goes a little bit on the x, a little bit on the epsilon axis. But I'm not gonna do this, I don't need it right now. So I'm just gonna put 0 here. And there it is. So we don't need to do more than this. So one way is to create the primitive But also another way would be to add this with a sketch. So I'm going to go, and that's the other possibility, create a sketch. Now I'm going to create a sketch, and I'm going to place it. Well, you can use only these 3 planes at the moment. So let's say I'm going to use this bottom here. So you can highlight it here in the 3D, or you can select it from here, which is the X and Epsilon. Okay, and now I can sketch, but from this view I cannot really see. So if let me create an hexagon again. So if I create it like this, okay, now I can see it because it's a side. But if I go like underneath, I cannot see it. It's hidden by the previous geometry. Now this is because we are in the top view, so we either go on the bottom view like this, so we can see now better, or we can do something else. We can change the style of the view. So we're going to go to view and draw style, and we can go in wireframe so we can see through the 3D model. So that's another way we can do this. So you can see it's again the same hexagon in a way, but this contains all this red stuff and these white lines. So let me just close this. Okay, and I want to do it again. So first of all, again, these are all part of the same body, even though one is a 3D solid and the other is a sketch. So let me select this sketch, right click, and delete it. Okay, so we can still see in wireframe right now. And let me go back inside. Okay, so again, let's create another sketch. Select the X epsilon plane, and then say okay. And now let's sketch. So if I want to do the same exact hexagon, I can click and drag and just, type the exact measures that were like 16. So you can type now 16, and if I type 16 and then press enter, I just established the first constraint. So every time I do something with a sketch in FREECAD, differently from other software like Blender, for example, others, you are establishing a constraint. And also we need to establish a rotation constraint. So let's say I want to do this like 180 degrees as is suggesting here. So or I can type 45 and press enter. But right now I'm going to use the one that is suggesting, which is 180. So I'm going to press enter, or just type again 180, press enter, and we just establish another constraint. Now here on the left side, we can see we are fully constrained. So everything is kind of fixed right now. So let me just say, okay, I'm fine with this. Let's close. Okay, now in the 3D world, we have, let's go in another view, draw style as it is. Okay, so we are going to have a prism, and we're going to have a sketch, which is exactly in the same position. Now, if I want to change the original prism, I can right click and edit the primitive. So I can say, well, let's, for example, increase the height to 7. So this is why we use parametric, because we can always go back, we can fix and adjust things. So let's make it like 6 millimeters, a little bit higher, and then say okay. Now, what if I want to change the sketch? Well, I can go back to the sketch. I can right click and edit the sketch. But to edit the sketch, we need to go and find the constraint for the measure. You can see here 60 millimeters right here. So it's constraining our hexagon inside this circle, which has this radius. That's the explanation. So this is not really like vector graphics, where you can take a vertex and move it around, or a segment to move it around, or a vector and move it around, like in Rhino or AutoCAD and things like that. Here we work with constraints. So we can select these parts. You can see we can hide it and show them. We can do something with this, but in the end we need to work with constraints. So I will double click on this constraint and change the radius. Let's make this like 12, so a little bit smaller like this. Okay, and now let's close. Now what I want to do with this shape, do I want to do an additive shape or do I want to do a subtractive shape? So let's do first an additive shape. So every time you create something with these modelers here, you need a sketch. If you don't have a sketch, this will not be available. So let's create this pad. And you can see it's going up, but it's also merging everything together. Now I can change here the length if I want, as usual. So let's make this like 20. So it's a little bit bigger. Okay, and well, you have other stuff here. You can change the type of pad, so to the first phase, up to a specific phase, etc., etc. And that's it. So it's gonna add. If we want to do subtractive, we can use, instead of using the pad, we can use the pocket. So let's use pocket, and dimension here, let's use like something a little bit more. Let's use 10. It's not really showing, so let's see what's wrong here. Let me just do it again. So sketch, and okay, yeah, we needed to go the other way, so reverse, and it's creating a carving inside. And let's make this less, so like 1 mm carving, and then I proceed. So let's say okay. So this is my body right now. It's the result of a additive shape and a subtractive one. Now let's do another additive one. So let me create a cylinder again. Okay, so you can see it starts from there, which I don't know if it's gonna be good. So this is now using the x and epsilon axis again, so we can change the height, okay, and make it bigger and make a smaller radius. But what I want to do is well, I don't want to make it start from there. I want to push it a little bit higher, or maybe position on that surface. So let me delete this, and instead this time we're going to configure a new work plane or datum plane. So let's create a new datum plane, and let's select where. So I want to push this plane up here. I want to position it here. Okay, and let's say okay. So now we have a datum plane showing up here. So when I create something, let's say I want to create a cylinder, but this time I want to do it with a sketch. Okay, so I'm going to use this as my work plane. So I'm just going to like quickly create it. We're going to come back here. Don't worry about. Let's just go quick, and let's close this. Now also, if you go in the task, it's going to suggest you what you can do with this sketch. You can do a bunch of things. So create a pocket, or create a pod, or create another sketch and other stuff. So I'm going to go to create a pod. So you can see it's starting from there. And we can increase this, let's say, to 4. Okay. Let's go back, and you can see the next suggested task is to create another body. So if I go in the model, everything I've done so far, it's all in one body. So what if I want to use the Boolean? Well, in that case, I need to create another body, a second body. And I can do it from here, or I can do it up here. So let's use this, create body. And you can see it's already suggesting me the Boolean operation, or to create a body with a sketch. So what we do, Well, in this case, I want to use another sketch. Let's say I want to use another uh, primitive. Well, in that case, I just go here and I add a primitive to this body. So let's do like a, well, doesn't matter. We can do maybe an additive prism, okay? Another prism. Now, where's that prism? Well, it's not really visible. It's like down there, okay? And it's positioning itself to the x and epsilon again, okay? So remember, this is gonna be another totally different object. So let's make this really long. Let's make this like 100 millimeters, okay? So we can definitely see it. Okay, there you go. So now we have two bodies. One is the main one we are working on, and the other one is like an addition or a subtraction, because now we can decide using the Boolean what it's going to be for this. So another thing we can do, right click, is decide which one is the active body. So if you right click, this could be the active body or this other one. Okay, so let's call this bolt. And probably this is going to be the most important one. So let's use this as an active body at the time. But what we're interested in here is to do the Boolean operation now. So to do that, we select first the first object, and then hold Control and select the other one. Make sure you don't select other stuff that is not needed. So we only need the two bodies, which are two 3D solids. And with these two 3D solids, we can do Boolean. So Boolean operation, and then we need to choose what we want to do. Also, you can see you can add more bodies or remove bodies in this operation. But right now, let's keep it simple and do it with only two objects. So we either fuse together, which is unite, union, or we can cut, which is subtract, or you know, get rid of part, create a void. And we can see the actual thing happening. So if we do cut, you can see it's cutting all the way through because the object is running all the way through. Or we can do common, which means only the common part will stay, which is this part of the prism that it's inside the bolt. And there you go. So this is Booleans. Once we finish, we say OK. Now we can see that we only have one body. But inside this body, we have a Boolean operation memorized, which concerns another body. So we can read whatever we're doing to get to our final result here in the hierarchy in the model panel. So this will be all for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe to the channel to stay updated for more. And also, if you can support us, if you want to support us, please join the channel as a supporter. Check out other courses and the other video guides in the channel. So thanks. See you in the next.